Social media is like a fake reality. That's the way to look at it. See a picture of someone looking so happy, but what you don't know is what's behind that picture.
I always remind to my children or to my friends is that no one is showing the argument, the bad, the background, the reality of life. And, and it makes you feel like my life is purposeless.
I used to post food during Ramadan and I completely stopped doing that because there are people out there who do not have food, who cannot get married, who cannot have children.
We never get to see the negative aspects, so we think it's all rosy and cozy. And the first day you see her without makeup, you think, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem.
However, there's a lot of teenagers out there, and from what they have seen when it comes to being a Muslim couple, it's very boring, it's very blank. They have that stereotype, like, the woman just stays at home all day and just cooks, and the man just comes and works, and he just comes home and he's a grumpy old man.
What is your motive? What is your intention? Why are you even putting it out there? If you're really that truly grateful for what you have, go and thank Allah. Why are you telling me?
Exactly.
I don't need to see it.
She will be unhappy with you as a husband.
Exactly.
Because you are not doing the same thing that husband is doing on the social media.
I feel like you're on social media and you've opened yourself up. You could open yourself up to much worse on social media than seeing a happy halal marriage.
I want to see both sides. If you're going to be honest, if you're going to be just, I want to see the dark, the ugly, and I want to see the good. Show me that. Oh, you just want to show me the good side. Why just the good side?
People are looking at social media couples because they're unhappy with their own relationship. They're looking at idealistic women because they're unhappy with their own wife.
IslamNet is raising funds to establish a Masjid and community centre in Norway, and they urgently need your support. This donation will be a sadaqah jariyah for you, because every person that comes a step closer to Allah through your donation, you will inshallah be reaping the reward. Click the link and donate what you can.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters and dear friends. Hope you guys are well, inshallah. Welcome to another episode of the Bitter Truth Show. Before I start, I want to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful, the most just. All praises, glory and gratitude belong to Him. I want to thank my blood brother who's here, my cameraman Abdul Kareem, Mohammed Jabi, Anas, for making all of this happen. May Allah bless them. Without them, I can't do it. And I want to thank the co-producer, which is my wife, who helps me decide these topics and bring them together and kind of manages the sister's side while eating pizza. Yes, may Allah bless her. Okay, so basically, today's topic is very interesting, and I've been meaning to talk about this topic for a very long time because it's pertaining, and I believe it's one of the reasons why there's a false expectation in marriage. Marriage is breaking down. And most of the times when we think about, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Qur'an that tell the believing men to lower your gaze. Good. But what happens is that also it tells the woman to lower their gaze as well. But I feel as if the sisters don't lower their gaze when it comes to other people's marriages. So I believe men don't lower their gaze when it comes to the opposite gender. We are visual creatures and that's our weakness. So we don't lower our gaze, and we should. It's a sin. But I feel as if sisters don't lower their gaze when it comes to other people's lives. Her husband is doing this and they are here. So these social media couples that we are talking about here, we're going to react to some of them. I'm trying to get the videos. Just a quick disclaimer, we don't want to backbite, we don't want to slander, we don't want to talk ill of them. We just want to talk about this phenomena. Yeah, in a nutshell. I will get the videos. I'll try to find some. We can watch them. But let's get into the topic. So, irresponsible social media couples. Let's start with the sisters. Do you guys believe, you guys are females, you guys know yourself best, do you not believe that when you see videos, as a young sister, some of you guys are married, some of you guys are divorced, so as a young sister, when you was young, when you see these social media couples who are portraying their lifestyle, and it's glamorous, and sometimes you wonder, did they take these videos in Jannah? Because everything looks so damn perfect. Ajib, wallah, you look and is there any fault in this video? And the thing is, everything from the bed sheet to the flower in the background, to the baby, what they're wearing, to whatever they're driving and the holidays they're going to, does it not give a false perception of what marriage is? Because I don't know, brother or sister, if you punched her face before you made that video and made it look like, you know what? This is amazing. And then I don't know, sister, if you tried to uppercut him and then after that you said, let's put a picture up, yeah? Because I believe it's impossible for you to have such an amazing life. Now, may Allah bless you guys, preserve you guys, protect you from envy, and which is very interesting. Yusuf alayhi salam, his father said to him, do not mention your dream to your blood brothers. And we've got social media couples, like everything in their life. Now, of course, there's a balance. There are those, subhanAllah, sometimes they give little reminders here, that's fine. I'm talking about those who are showing extravagance. Yeah, we're traveling here and there. Do you guys not believe that is irresponsible behavior? And in a nutshell, I wouldn't say showing off, maybe it can be showing off, but you're given a false perception of marriage.
I think it does. One of the massive issue I have, and you have limited it to couples, but I think many Muslims or human beings are concerned by wife over women overexposing, men overexposing, but you want to maybe target the topic to the couples. And it is true. And it has, even though we like to say, no, I'm not influenced, I'm very independent, I have my own perception. That's not true, because when all day long you keep swiping and seeing those things, you are affected. Even inconsciously, you are affected. And one of the things I always remind to my children or to my friends is that no one is showing the argument, the bad,
exactly.
the background, the reality of life. And, and it makes you feel like my life is purposeless. Those people have a better life. Those people are exposing their blessings, but they're not exposing the test that comes with those blessings. And people need to understand that all the blessings that you have, you do not know about that test. And sometimes it makes us ungrateful of all the amazing blessings that Allah has bestowed upon us. We do not know what happens behind the scenes and the reality of the love of the couple. And it's really, like you said, a deformed reality. And I definitely think it has a negative impact on the marriages today. That's for me. Or the perception of the marriage.
Personally, I believe in the intention of those who may be posting these things. So as somebody who does post content, I cannot be a hypocrite and say that I do not post content. I do post content, not of me and my husband, not of my children, but I do post content of cooking. But my intention is to teach those women out there who may not know how to cook, teach recipes, show, anything to do with femininity. But I wouldn't want to be judged based upon my content. However, yes. So the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, when you have something good, you should cover it or you should hide it. Do not tell people what you may have or what what goodness you have. I remember before I used to post, I know I keep bringing it back to this, but I used to post food during Ramadan, and I completely stopped doing that. Because there are people out there who do not have food, who cannot get married, who cannot have children, and they may envy you and they may have this hurt and sadness. And as Muslims, we are not supposed to inflict pain onto others. So I can agree with that point of view, where if that may cause another person pain or a hungry person to feel more hunger, then it's best to refrain from it.
I also feel like it's definitely down to your intentions. Like, for example, like you say, like you didn't realise what you were doing, like when you were posting those things. Like Sertaj and I, we post things on social media of our family lives, of like, just daily lives of us and things like that. And no, we don't post things about if he's got on my nerves or whatever. We won't post that. But I also feel like you've got to understand the intention behind people who don't post things. For example, I won't go on there and post that we've had an argument or something, but we will post to make awareness that, there's lots of reasons why we do videos together, which some people won't understand. But at the same time, I feel like everyone has to take social media with a pinch of salt. Everyone has a different take on things. So if you are that person who is easily influenced by social media, or if you are quite an envious person, some people are more so of some things than others, like materialistic things and things like that, or marriages and relationships. I feel like you need to know what your limits are and how much exposure you're giving yourself to those things online, on social media. That's kind of my...
What I want to say, social media is like a fake reality. That's the way to look at it. See a picture of someone looking so happy, but what you don't know is what's behind that picture. You know what I mean? People take photos of themselves looking happy because they're unhappy. You know, so the thing is, that's the way to look at it. I mean, yeah, me and my wife do videos, but we're trying to motivate the youngsters to have a halal marriage, have kids, because nowadays people don't want that, you know. And alhamdulillah, I get loads of people. I look at your video, I want to have a good marriage, I want to find a good wife, I want to have kids. So that's the way we should use social media for a positive thing. If you start showing your life, your cars, and I see these brothers get cars, showing the cars off, and all that stuff, and that's like just a wrong thing to do, especially like showing the couple, like, you know, a magic life, and that is not true. Everyone knows that who's married that you have good days and bad days. And if you don't have good days and bad days, you know, you don't know you're married and that, because, you know, we all have up and downs and that. But I say social media is a fake reality that people we show that, this is our life, trying to, promote this good life and in a happy life, but it's not. Everyone I know on social media, when you meet them in real life, they're depressing. Like, they're depressed. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're thinking, this, that. But when you see them on social media with their new bag or their new car and stuff, and I'm thinking, what are you doing, bro? You know?
It's true. And by the way, I've seen your guys' content, by the way. Like, I've seen, etc. There's some funny ones, by the way, yeah? May Allah bless you guys and preserve your marriage, yeah? And I'll be honest with you, I don't see you guys in that category. And I'm not saying that because you guys are here. I'll be very honest, because if I did feel like that, I would not put you on this specific episode. You guys are not there showing off, like, hey, look what I'm driving, this, that. You guys are talking about family unit. There is nothing wrong with someone saying, you know what? For example, this is how I discipline my kids. For example, if me and my wife have an argument or whatever. That's educational. I'm talking about these individuals who are totally irresponsible in the sense of, like you said, maybe there are people who are not married. Yeah, now this doesn't mean you can't put, I understand. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But the point is this, though, you're putting a lifestyle, a facade, this false reality, yeah? And you're making it seem as if that is what marriage is. And you have millions of youngsters, single Muslims, who are looking at this, who are sisters who are married. Yeah, sisters can be very delicate. Okay, very delicate. They can be, yes. And they're coming into this marriage, and then there's an argument that happens. And let's say the husband raises his voice a bit, and she's thinking, rah, bruv, I was watching all these videos. It's not supposed to be like this. I'm in an abusive marriage. I'm like, yo, sister, relax yourself. Yeah, like it's arguments happen. You're going to raise your voice at him. Yeah, there's going to be things that's going to happen. These are, like my mom says, the salt and pepper of relationships, of marriage. So going to Zishan and then Brother Shakil, inshallah, do you not believe this is irresponsibility, bro, to portray a certain lifestyle, even if it means at the cost that millions of young single Muslims are going to watch this? And bear in mind, what we consume, look, if I have something bad, I'm going to vomit it out, I'm going to have to go hospital. We consume with our eyes and our thoughts.
Yeah, so when it comes to movies, because we were talking about the media, when it comes to movies, in movies, the characters are always doing something. There's always an activity, there's always a cataclysm, there's always like a world event in which they need to work together, or there's something that will inspire that spark. But unfortunately, when you get married, there's no cataclysm. It's pretty mundane, it's pretty boring, and you have to create your own interest. When you look at social media, again, everyone's smiling, everyone's happy, but when you get married, and one person's coming home from work and, you know, the house is not clean, or you have to, you know, make some food and that food is not tasty. Like, you start thinking like, what the hell is this? Yeah. And then even when you go outside, you see everybody at restaurants, they're sitting together, having a nice time. The thing is, we never get to see the negative aspects.
Exactly.
We never get to see the negative aspects. So we think it's all rosy and cozy. And the first day you see her without makeup, you think, A'udhu billahi min shaitanir rajim. Yeah, because we hardly ever. I see my teacher. I see my teacher with makeup. I see, you know, every woman that I see on TV with a makeup. In the magazines, I see people with makeup. My neighbor is wearing a makeup. The dog's wearing a makeup. I mean, everyone's wearing the makeup. And then when I see my wife, you know, or, you know, whatever,
careful, hypothetical.
No, my wife is another level. She's
very careful. Don't contact me, bro. Cut
she's
that bit.
Line, you know?
Bro, cut that bit, because I will not cut it, bro.
No. My wife knows, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is that, look, when it comes to these things, we have a very unrealistic expectation. And the thing is, I've heard of people as well that when they get married, they're like, oh, I hope we never get arguments. I hope you don't get angry. anger is a part and parcel of life. Allah gets angry. The Prophet ﷺ got angry. Sahaba got angry. But it's the way you express that anger, and it's the way you recover and you deal with that anger. That's where the issues are. Are you going to get angry and say talaq, talaq, talaq? Or are you going to get angry and say, you know what, I'm going to go take a half an hour break and then we resume after half an hour?
Emotional intelligence.
Anger is normal. And the thing is that, look, people that say, oh, no arguments, look, and I would say to the social media guys as well, we want to see more conflict resolution, because that is the biggest problem. When conflict happens, people just want to cut and go. When you look at old couples and they sit down and they ask for advice, oh, you know, you're 99 years old, how are you surviving? They say, nowadays, people just want to cut and run. When there were arguments, we didn't want to cut and run. We wanted to resolve and join things. So conflict resolution is so important. And if that's more kind of normalized, that look, arguments happen. And I give this analogy, when an argument happens, or it doesn't have to be an argument, it could just be a discussion or debate. Why is it seen as a bad thing or a negative thing? If somebody is staying in a property for one day, that person is not going to whip out the paint, the wallpaper. They're not going to start fixing the floorboards. That person's only there for 24 hours. They're just going to survive, put the blanket down, in the morning they're gone. If somebody plans to stay there, they're going to tell you, look, babes, you're putting on a few pounds, you know, not say it like that, but there's ways that you do it. That, like some partners, they say, look, if you see or you want me to do something different, please let me know. I don't want to find out in a different way. I don't want it to come out in an argument or something like that. And there's ways that you do it. You could say, look, should we, watch what we eat? Should we go jogging together? Should we, get a subscription to the gym? And the other person, they say, sometimes even a sign is enough for the other person to kind of know. So these sorts of things are incredibly important. And if a person is telling you and talking to you, and sometimes there are clashes, that's a good sign. It means they want to stay with you. Somebody that's just letting you do whatever, that person doing some madness behind or somewhere else. They're just trying to keep you sweet and trying to keep you happy. So look, this is real. This is reality. Yeah, when stuff goes wrong, that's good. You're getting to know your partner. Yeah. And the thing is, unfortunately and sadly, because we are not used to this, and with the whole snowflake generation, the whole I want to identify as a pogo stick, therefore I'm a pogo stick. Yeah. So it's like, oh, I'm sorry,
What's a pogo stick?
It's you. So so when somebody you walked into that one, Ali. Sorry. So the thing is, when I'm seeing this so many clips, like, how dare you not say my pronoun? Oh my God, I'm this, I'm that. I'm feeling like this and I'm feeling like that. This gender, it's ridiculous. Look, we're supposed to be people that should be able to handle pain, handle hardship. This is something that builds character. A marriage in which,
I was going to say,
a marriage. Sorry, just one more thing. A marriage that is unrealistically rosy and cozy.
Shut your mouth.
That's just weird. Like that's not a relationship. Like like that person is not being honest.
And if they are not, you're not progressing with each other. Yeah, like exchanging.
I was gonna say, I think as a ummah, we need to take accountability for what we consume and what we watch. Yeah, your favorite word. So in terms of, I think a lot of us need to build mental toughness. Imagine we cannot even handle social media. Just imagine when the Dajjal comes. Just imagine. So if you cannot even handle social media influences and how it impacts your life, please, you are not ready for the battle of this actual life and ummah and the day on the akhirah when we have to stand for 50,000 years. Come on, we need to build mental toughness. Now, for me personally, read books.
Okay, but
even if look, so we're in a social media era.
Yes,
yeah,
you have to be
everyone.
what we're watching.
I agree. Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
No, but they're both to blame.
So is it who's to blame? Who's to blame? The one that's consuming it,
the
or the
viewer
one
as
that's
well.
Wait. There's one thing.
No, that's your mic.
Yeah.
I was going to say the responsibility, the person inflicted, the people creating the content are just as much victims of social media as the ones who are consuming it. Yeah. So if I know as a person, look, social media affects me, I get jealous. I want this. I'm this. I need this. I want this. I'm red eye. Every minute I want something somebody else has. Get off social media.
Yeah.
Go and read a book. Take accountability. We cannot always blame the people who are creating the content because again, we are living in a social media era.
No, it's
people make money from it.
So,
but as
so that means at the cost. Okay, 1 second. At the cost of look. Let me tell you something, yeah, Mike. Let me say, I'll give it myself as an example, yeah. There's a lot of things that I can do that I can include my wife in. So much stuff. Wallah, let me tell you something. My channel will pop off different level. I don't. And let me tell you something. I have to beg my wife on certain videos because she hates it. I'll be honest with you. And I hate it. You know why? Because when she's in it and then she's like, can you blur here? I'm like, brother, blurred everything out. You're fully out. She's like, no, but my things. I'm like, allow me, it's taking. She's like, and then we have that little arguments, yeah? I'm like, look, you agree to it. And she's like, yeah, but I told you. And I was like, brother, I'm doing a video about haram relationship. I need a woman that you're my wife, I have to touch, yeah? So the thing is, of course I need you. So we did one about, I buy a new house or something, like our house or something like that. Yeah, so I know people are gonna be nosy. Yeah, like oh my gosh, I need Dawah's house. So they didn't know that I was in a graveyard. Yeah, okay. So I was doing a video in a graveyard and I saw like a bungalow-looking house. And this is a video I told my wife before because I tell her my ideas. Yeah, so she can help me develop them. So I saw it and I called her. I said, listen, get into the car. I think she had the car. I said, get into the car and come here. And she's like, why? I said, that video. She said, no. I was like, please. You don't understand. It's going to be a powerful video. Yeah, I had to beg her, bro. She came. It was like a bungalow. And I was like, yeah, this is my wife's house. And I said to her, just say, wow, Ali, that's very nice. Yeah. And she was like, yeah, she said exactly that. Like, you know, it was so a little bit fake. So then anyway, so I opened the door and the next clip is graveyard. So I go, this is our house. That was the point of the video, yeah? There's a lot of people nosy, like, oh my gosh, where do they live? I live in a 1-bedroom house with 2 kids, alhamdulillah, yeah? Okay, so that's the reality, which you guys don't think. You think I'm rich, millionaire, I don't know what you think of me, yeah? Okay, that's the reality. So I was given an example, but even in that instance, I'm very, very careful because I know it's a responsibility. If I show a certain lifestyle of, hey, look at me and my wife, etc., I know at the end of that video, I will never do that video if I know there is not a serious reminder. That is the only conditions I use that. I try my best if we happen to go to holiday once a year, whatever it may be, yeah? I do not to tell people. I don't want people don't need to know. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But I feel as if today people are too busy living for others. I have to show that person, look how I'm living it large. Be it my ex, be it my friend, be it that person. Brother, you're not even going holiday for yourself.
Even worse, my brother. They go plan holidays for the sake of Instagram and social media.
Thank you.
They plan and go buy a gift only to show it.
Exactly.
They're not even living the moment.
And the next day.
Yeah, exactly. And that is irresponsibility because what you're doing is for the money, the fame, the view, whatever it may be, at the consequences of how many people you're going to corrupt intentionally or unintentionally. Of course, intentions are very important. I think the sister said, yeah? Very important. The intentions are important. And we're not saying what you're doing is haram. The point we're trying to say is, are you that selfish to that level that you will portray that? I dare you. We should start a movement. Yeah? Show us your argument. Put the camera there and let me see you guys argue. Let me see you guys fight. Let me see you throw a plate in your head.
Makeup in the morning would be enough. Trust me.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't buy that. I don't buy that they are. No, I'm so sorry. Yeah, they play a massive role because they're a social media influencer. They have people that are going to follow them, so they are responsible. I disagree with the thing that.
But can I just say, as Muslims, yeah, like we have to think good of people, and I will say some of these social media influencers. Muslim couples, because we're talking about Muslim couples, have actually, in a way, done a good thing because there is I see a benefit in it because there was a theme or a lot of people who didn't want to get married anymore, who don't think it's a good thing. So they've kind of made it look cool again. Do you know what I mean? So actually there are the youth and the young people, no, even the non-Muslim world, but to see Muslim couples enjoying life and it's not this taboo, boring relationship, it is a good thing to see and it's refreshing sometimes to see.
But then there's a line. There's a line which a lot of people cross. And I think, you know, not just big influencers, but just mediocre ones. What they don't realize is with great power comes great responsibility. I don't think they are equipped to handle that responsibility. And not just that, I think it's like, what is your motive? What is your intention? Why are you even putting it out there? If you're really that truly grateful for what you have, go and thank Allah. Why are you telling me? Exactly. I don't need to see it. And the other thing is like for sisters and brothers who are on social media, first of all, why are you even on there? I personally don't think we need social media. Yes, it can be helpful. But again, if that's the case, know your boundaries. If you can understand that this is affecting me, get off it, do a detox, create those boundaries within yourself, because after all, you're going to be responsible for your time that you've invested in social media, which is basically what you know benefit. Whereas if you had read the Qur'an, you would have gotten somewhere with Allah.
And the accountability on the attention as well.
Yeah.
Why are they doing it? Now I see this trend of videos, the routine. They getting up, doing their bed, praying this salat, and that's something that. Why are you doing it?
Yeah. You're wrong.
No, I'm not saying
a lot of you. You're wrong.
Before you do,
bro.
Before you speak, can we just before we
wow,
do,
Ali.
wait.
You see why I don't speak on their podcast? Last time I didn't speak, I got blamed for it. This is why.
You know why?
Doesn't let you speak on his podcast. I'm not speaking no more.
He prepared. He was in his flow, bro.
Didn't feed me nothing. I'm sitting there wasting away. Finish, Aki. It's your podcast now. No, go on.
Okay.
This one now.
You can speak.
Go ahead.
That's what I was going to say.
Honestly,
Let me finish.
I forgot what I said.
No, I'm just
now.
going to say the Honourable Sheikh was going to speak now.
No, anyway, I'm joking about everyone's wrong, but I just have a slight disagreement, and I agree on some points, yeah? So first and foremost, down to people's intentions, we never know what people's intentions are. Yeah, there are some people and some Muslims that might go and they just want to show their lifestyle off, and they might have like, you know, they're just not sincere with their intentions. However, like Sister Amira said, there are couples out there that might just want to show, hey, do you know what? You can be married and still be lit. You can be married and still have fun. You can still be married as a couple and go and travel the world and have like a really kind of luxurious lifestyle. And I think everyone in this room is probably at a certain age where we're coming into like our mature years now. So we're speaking from our point of view of being now adults. However, there's a lot of teenagers out there, and from what they have seen when it comes to being a Muslim couple, it's very boring. It's very blank. They have that stereotype, like, you know, the woman just stays at home all day and just cooks, and the man just comes and works, and he just comes home and he's a grumpy old man. So I feel like when you are seeing these things, even me, I go on social media and I see some Muslim couples, I'm like, do you know what? That looks really cool. I can't wait to get married. Beforehand, I'm not going to lie, that maybe that same stereotype entered my mind where I'm like, oh, I feel like it's just a burden. I'm going to get burdened all the time. Not saying that is, by the way.
But do you not have a certain expectation when you watch that? Do you not say like, okay, because when you watch it, bear in mind.
But I think the words we're using is the wrong words. It doesn't turn as, let's change the word from expectation to aspiration.
Bro,
it depends, bro. It just depends, bro. Like, it depends what you're on.
Aspiration transform into
bro
expectation.
We can do tomato. We can do this all day long. But what I'm trying to say here is, it depends how we discipline ourselves.
Okay.
Now, I won't sit down all day long and watch a social media couple and lust over their lifestyle, because I'm gonna know it's not a reality. Maybe.
However, but the women, the females do.
No, I do understand it. Yeah, but at the same time,
me,
like,
I wouldn't look and be like, yeah, bro.
I'm saying me as a grown man, bro. As a grown man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I've got no pride when I come in these podcasts here.
Yeah,
as a grown man, I'm saying I look at Muslim couples and I'm like, mashallah, that is so cool. Like, that is so lit. Like, I can't wait to do that. But I've even considered, would I even be one of them couples that is all cute and does them little cute videos?
Yes.
I probably got too much jealousy and don't want to see my wife.
Yeah.
But I do find it quite nice so that but when it comes to women, it's just like, I don't know, man. I just feel like we're nitpicking a little bit, because there's so many other worse things we could look on our screens.
No, you know why he's saying that? That's not the topic. Do you know why he's saying that, Shaquille? Because
why do you keep saying it's not the topic?
No, one second.
I thought it's about 12 times.
Shaquille, you know why you're saying that? Because you're a man. All of us, when we're looking at that, we would never be like, but I ain't got time for that. Yeah, it's nice. I'll do that with my wife. Yeah, go jet ski. Okay.
What is the problem, though? Because I didn't even hear the problem. What is the problem with watching these couples?
Bro. As men, it doesn't have an impact as much as it does to sisters. Yeah.
The misconception.
But then we can talk about the Kardashians.
The disappointment.
Bro, let me tell you something. For us as men, it's aspiration. For women, it's expectation.
She will be unhappy with you as a husband.
Exactly.
Because you are not doing the same thing that husband is doing on the social media. That's what we're talking about.
We're aspiring, we're expecting. So just going to watch this video. And by the way, before I start,
women need to...
One second.
Have some discipline too, no? You can't just see something and then just lust for it.
No, bro, I'm sorry. That's in their nature.
Ain't that degrading you women?
Guys, 1 second.
That's like it's degrading.
I forgot to mention our sponsors, Nature's Blend. May Allah bless them. Because a lot of money, effort goes into this, hiring the team, etc. etc. Shilajit for the brothers, strong, come on, big man thing. Black seed oil, capsules, honey, you name it, alhamdulillah, they have it. May Allah bless you. Check inshallah, especially for Ramadan, brothers and sisters. They help this podcast happen. May Allah bless them, inshallah. Get into the topic. I'm going to show you guys a video. And once again, may Allah protect this couple from envy, jealousy. They're going to have a child. May Allah bless that child. We're just watching it to understand, inshallah. Yeah? So here it is. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I'll let you guys see it first.
Can we see it as well, Ali?
No, you definitely can't see it.
Oh my God, I watched them.
Is that music?
Yes, Ali.
Yeah, I would have been like, okay. Sorry, I didn't know that.
I actually really like them.
Can we move on now? Yeah.
How do you know?
I like these.
I think they're really sweet.
Okay, so for the brothers, quickly, for the brothers again. There we go. So this the brother, sister.
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
I've shown you, Saj, I've shown you them before, haven't I?
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I can see why though.
So, okay, look, guys,
don't see
yeah.
nothing.
Look, again, yeah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to preserve their marriage, protect them from envy, jealousy. May Allah allow them to have more children. The point is the following. When a young girl looks at that, yeah, as men, we aspire. They have expectations, yeah? No, that's not a problem from us,
No,
bro. But
Ali,
the female...
wait. So there's two things here.
Thank you, Sister Mira.
So
She needs to...
Can I finish my point though?
Okay, she finished.
Yeah, let me finish my point. So the thing is, there's two different perspectives and views here, yeah? Now, I actually agree with Shakil and the sister as well, because she said for people that aren't that aware of Muslim marriages, it does seem very plain, very boring. In fact, we don't see it. It's not represented in the media. It's not taught. And in fact, Muslim couples are told... per Islam to kind of keep their romances and stuff like that secret, not to do public showings of affection. So now their lifestyle seems better than our lifestyle. So when you do see couples doing coupley things and it's appealing, I think that's actually healthy. However, so that's with some people. Now with other people that have kind of gone past that and said, okay, I'm okay. I know that we can also be happy as well. Now it goes to the next level, which is that what we're seeing, is that realistic? And not everybody can discern between realistic, not everybody has those kind of mental blocks in place. How? Because when we're young, from a very small age, when it comes to drinking, when it comes to voting, when it comes to everything else, 16 or 18, when it comes to the same things, the same dopamine release, little kids as young as 5 and 6 are getting that same dopamine release that 16, 18-year-old is getting. So you cannot now expect a child to, and being a school teacher as well, when I tell parents, look, don't let your child have a phone, majority, if not all parents say, oh, but they're going to come home, they have to have a phone and this and that. When it comes to social media, they always come and cry. And I say, look, if your child's on TikTok, you should be a mufti of TikTok.
Yeah.
You should be a Sheikh al-Hadith of TikTok. Like, you need to know that upside down. Huh? What? Oh, well, okay. So you need to know that app that your child's on. But the thing is, parents, unfortunately, because of capitalism and stuff like that, they're not home. And because of the topics that we've been talking about, absent fathers and stuff like that, parents can't keep on top of this stuff. So social media given to a child is like arming them like to their teeth. That child cannot handle that. So expecting them to control and stuff like that is going to be very difficult to maneuver around, and it's going to spill onto videos like this. The Gen Zs are not going to be able to say, okay, I can discern from this, or I can tell this, or I can do that.
They're not responsible then.
So the thing is that Shakil's thing, I see, does make sense, because some people do need to know that aspect, but to a point that, okay, I get it now, but now what happens?
So where do you stop then when you have everyone trying to do it?
No, but that's the thing. You can't now say that everybody has to give a realistic view of marriage. That's the thing. Not every social media person can be seen to, no, you have to tick all 5 boxes. Some people are going to tick 2 boxes. Some are going to tick 3 boxes. It's unrealistic to say every social media.
Bro, is it so hard not to show your lifestyle? Is it so really hard? Yeah. Like, I'm trying to understand. It's so hard that I bought something for my wife.
No, but Ali, it's actually not natural. It's actually not natural to start, get up in the morning and say, I look like a piece of crap, and I'm going to take a selfie and post it on mine.
No, we don't want to see your piece of crap face to that person, and we don't want to see your glamorous face, yeah? Both of them are fake, because in the morning, you can look better, I'm sure, and when you wear makeup, or for some brothers, whatever it may be, it's all fake. We don't want to see it.
Can I do my...
Yeah, do.
Yes, you had your thing, so you've got 1.5 minutes. Please.
So firstly, I just want to touch upon the point and this little excuse that we're giving women to be jealous. Yeah, hasad is a sin. To be jealous and envious, yeah, but it's a sin. And if you are afflicted with jealousy, work on that. Pray on it. Work on it, because it will, guess what? Jealousy kills you first before it kills anybody else. So we need to firstly stop giving women excuses, because I'm not a jealous person. Not all women are jealous.
Everyone has jealousy.
Some women have, personally, wallahi, I don't ever look at somebody's life and think, I want it. Yes, I can feel inspired. Okay. But that excuse of women being jealous, it makes them get away with a lot of bad behavior. And they get bitter and then say, oh, I'm just a woman. I can be jealous. No, you will go to your grave alone. And if you have a mustard seed of hasad, which you've allowed to overtake your life, it's very dangerous. And furthermore, arrogance, jealousy, whatever the case may be. But furthermore,
10 seconds.
Social media, yes, I agree. If we overshare, if we put on there and the intention is wrong and you're doing it to show others that you are better, okay, I can see that point. But there are benefits to, like Brother Zishan said, you know, we need that representation.
It's like alcohol.
It's a fantasy representation. I do not mind. I can agree with what Brother Shekli said, with what Brother Sishan, and you said, if it is realistic.
Exactly.
I like the fact that they're showing, the good part. You encourage our daughters to trust men again and men to trust sisters again and to see the happiness of marriage. But they need to show problem solving, struggle, complications, communications.
Exactly.
And how they are navigating through the marriage.
Exactly.
Otherwise, you're going to expect the perfect marriage.
It's like Allah says in the Qur'an. There's benefits to alcohol, but the harm is greater. So we cannot say that the harm is catastrophic, bro. Bro, look at the divorce rates among Muslims. You can't compare
alcohol, bro, these couples, bro.
Bro, let me tell you something. I can't make a comparison. What I'm saying is this, can we come and say the good outweighs the harm? No way. Bro, you know how many people are getting divorced? The divorce rates are crazy, bro. People think I started the show for a joke. I was bored at home and I thought, bitter truth. I know, let me make some views and fame and whatever it may be. Bro, I see this in front of me. People are getting divorced left, right, center, bro. And these social media couples, they play a massive role. Because the thing is, look, that sister,
I agree with you in one sense, but give the responsibility and accountability to the viewers.
So let me finish my point, please. Let me finish it and then you can please, because otherwise I'll be taken out of context. If you go to that sister or the sisters who are doing these things and you said to them, do you feel jealous? Or somebody else said, but I don't feel jealous at all. You know why? Because you've got everything and you're doing it. Of course you're not going to be jealous. Do you think you're going to be jealous? If I had everything going for me and I'm like, I don't feel jealous at all. Well, of course what you got to feel jealous for? You want, what else do you want? So the point is, they are irresponsible. I believe they are irresponsible.
Aki, remember there's levels to life though, bro.
This is what you want to say.
I just want to say that I want to remind the accountability of the viewers. You are watching them, you are following them, so don't complain if you do not have their lives or whatever. I'm just saying that we should filter. If I am feeling envious or I'm feeling that, like whenever I follow someone and I have this vibe like, I don't have this, I unfollow, unhealthy. What is she giving me? Even a smile, even non-Muslim, I follow them, I don't mind. As long as they're giving me something. We have to be more careful, more responsible on who we follow and who we allow to influence us.
Nobody is as strong like you though, sister. Not everyone can say, I'm going to unfollow.
No, I'm just, like the brother said, like those those mind blockage, when you can differentiate reality and lies.
How many young people who are influenced by materialism are going to be like, I know, I'll just unfollow. They're going to be like, no, I want that lifestyle.
But we have to encourage that.
We're going to wrap up 5 minutes. Sister Ira.
No, the brother hasn't spoken.
Yes, sister, you go first.
Just about this particular sister, correct me if I'm wrong. So I do follow her, in fact, and I think she actually shared an issue that she had, which was infertility, which was really helpful to see, especially for someone like my friend, for example, who's always going was going through something similar. So it was really nice to see that. But I think at the same time, it's like this goes in regards to everything in this dunya. Like, we can't control people's actions, but we must learn at all costs to control our own reaction, whether this is social media, whether this is a conflict outside of home, whatever it may be. And I think if, you know, it's like, I mean, there are some people that I follow, and these people, bless their hearts, they are like villagers and they have nothing going for them, yet they have like, they do it for work in a way, you know, like they just show the bare basics of what they're doing, you know, how difficult their life is. And wallahi, it grounds me so much. And I think that's what we should be following. That's what we should be, you know, looking at. Use social media as a platform to remind yourself of how grateful you should be and how blessed you are, not other things that you're lacking. It's okay to look at something that you want, but don't forget about what Allah has blessed you with and what you currently have as well. Because the minute you start to bring in the what ifs and oh, if only, that's literally the minute you're handing your power over to the devil.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
I just want to say social media obsession is true, because you see people like about that prime drink, people just watching it. It didn't even taste nice, but people watch it so much that they wouldn't buy it. You know what I mean? So the thing is, when we see certain things on social media, we need to control ourselves. And really, people are getting addicted to social media. Like, they're brainwashing them. Like, I'll say, if you watch like a Fast and Furious film, you get in your car and you think you're driving fast. But it just like, it brainwashing us and that, you know what I mean? So the thing is, we have to think about these things, that what we're watching and what we're putting out there. The thing is, when I put social media videos out there, I want to see if kids can watch it and everyone else can watch it. What they're gonna, if I'm giving good advice, what they're gonna get out of it. You know what I mean? If they're gonna pick good advice. Because me and my wife done a video that, you know, if you have an argument, don't sleep on it. You know what I mean? Make sure you sort it out before you go. You know, so
that's
things like that.
That's what we need to hear.
That's what we need to pass on and that. You know, so the thing is, like, you know, there's all this.
I do feel like, sorry to interrupt, Saj, but I do feel like the couple that we just watched on there, and there's loads of other videos like that, and TikTokers like it, but I feel like they do more good than bad for other people. So that might inspire other people to. I mean, that might be, you might disagree, but I feel like they do more good than bad, because I feel like you're on social media and you've opened yourself up. You could open yourself up to much worse on social media than seeing a happy halal marriage.
My dear sister,
we talk about
kind of just touching on that point. You're right, because you know what it is? Look, when we look at it from face value, what are they doing wrong? Nothing. They're married. They're showing like they're going places. Nobody can come and say what they're doing is haram. When we look at, there's direct consequences and there's indirect consequences. Sometimes you do A and it's like, this is haram, and it will have a haram, a consequence, a ripple effect. There are certain things that are done that have ripple effects, which are consequences which are greater. If a majority of young or single Muslim women, males and females, are watching this and have an expectation. By the way, I don't believe these couples have an intention of waking up to destroy marriages. No way. I assume the best that they're just doing it to motivate. 100%. That's why I'm not blaming them. In the sense, what I'm saying is they wake up.
Not them. That it could have that effect.
It can have that effect. You know why, sister? It gives a false expectation. Now, if young Muslims are watching this and they have this false expectation and they are getting married and realizing, hold on a second, I didn't expect to be like this. Bro, it's like me watching Superman and saying, rah, let me put a cape on and jump from the 10th floor. And I'm like, I die. And I go, oh, why did that go?
Are we 10 years old?
Because it's fake. Yeah, it's fake. No, that's the reason. Hello.
The example is a bit extreme, but...
No. One second, guys. Why is it extreme? If a person has been brainwashed to a level where they're consuming something so much so that they believe that there is true in marriage, and then if somebody watches something and he goes, and by the way, forgive me, educational purposes, do you know how many men watch pornography?
Oh, no, we're not going to.
Okay, 1 second. And they watch pornography and have a false imagination of how intimacy should their wives. Do you know how many Shaykh Haytham tells me? They come to the Sharia councils. Bro, forgive me. They don't even have intimacy with their partners. Let me put it like this. They can't have intimacy with their partners without going into detail. Yeah? Because their brain is wired, the dopamine is wired to a fake reality. So much so that their wife doesn't even do anything to them, bro. So this is how detrimental it is. And that's, of course, it's something very, very haram. But the point is this, when these couples come out and put this lifestyle, it is irresponsible. I don't need to see your life, bro. Enjoy it. May Allah give you more. The point is this, if you're going to show me all that beautiful side to it, or 10 seconds or whatever it may be, which is not real. Please show me the times where you're fighting each other and throwing plates at each other's head. Yeah? Or, not that you guys are doing that, but if you're doing that, I want to see both sides. If you're going to be honest, if you're going to be just, I want to see the dark, the ugly, and I want to see the good. Show me that. Oh, you just want to show me the good side. Why just the good side?
So can we just mention another issue? I have no issue with this couple. May Allah bless them. I don't think they have bad intention. And I don't want to talk about the couple, but the phenomena. Because like the thousands and thousands of people that are following. Another issue that we didn't speak about is the fact that husbands, wives on videos, and now women are expecting and demanding, and they're having conflict because they want to be on social media and they want their husband to be on social media. And this is for them couple goals.
Yeah,
that's something.
It's easy fame.
It's easy fame, and they want it, and they want the man to go against its fitrah to protect his wife from exposure. It's a normal thing for a man, and it's a natural thing. Now men are complaining because their wives is causing fitna in the marriage because they don't they don't like when the wife exposed. He has a haqq on what you're going to show on social media. If you're going to show yourself or show the house, that's his house too. That's his life too. And it's becoming a conflict, not because of the couple, but because as well of obviously what we are allowing like in our lives and influence.
Guys, we need to wrap up.
I just want to say that life is not a fairy tale. So if you watch something on social media, it's not real life. And this is what I want to say to the youngsters and that. You know, it's the younger sisters and the brothers. I just want to say to you, life is not fairy tale. Like me and my wife worked really hard for where we are. We still have our bad days, good days, but we work on it. So anything you see on social media looks like a fairy tale is not real. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
And the other thing I wanted to say was we were talking about control. And the thing is, control, if you look from a kind of secular point of view, it's very kind of unrealistic to attain. Islam is one of it's the only most practical way for us to attain control. In fact, about a week's time, we're going to be fasting from dusk till dawn. And that's something that the whole ummah will be doing collectively. So control is something that, again, it's all well and good telling us, look, have control and unsubscribe. But the thing is, Islam will equip you to practically do those things. That's why you see certain prominent atheists on stage, they'll be saying all this, like Christopher Hitchens, but when he comes off stage, he used to be an addict of whiskey. So the thing is that, you know, it's important for us to kind of understand that, you know, on the one hand, you know, we do need to kind of control ourselves, but on the other hand, it's Islam that can equip ourselves to do that. And the thing is, the second point, I skipped my head, but maybe you can come back to me.
So I don't want it to go on a negative thing as if I was promoting it, because it kind of seemed like that I'm like, there's nothing wrong with it. My point was that I don't think it's as bad as you might think it is. I'm not saying for people to go and just do it, but I just don't think it's really, really bad, because what my concern is, you know how fast the Muslim Ummah are quick to start judging people. Yeah. These lovely brothers and sisters now will wake up in the morning and see comments like, look at you, Dayouf, look at you showing off your lifestyle.
So the reverse, I was thinking.
Regardless of what they are, I just don't think what they're doing is evil. I feel like maybe everything can balance, and like you said, maybe do it in a just way where you show. I don't even think you need to show the bad, because I don't think that's an Islamic etiquette. I don't know why people would want me to show the bad in my life, but that's just but who wants to see?
We Muslims, we show the truth. If you cannot show only one side.
So you want to see me arguing with my wife?
Yeah.
You nosy people.
No, one second.
No.
Only if you are showing us the parts where you're not arguing.
Showing everything else.
Okay, look, we haven't looked.
Each to their own. But anyway, my point was just balance.
Quickly.
Balance. I just don't think that. I agree with you. I don't think it should be rammed down your throat of nothing but good, because anything in the extreme, even if it is halal, 100%. Anything in extreme is bad. And even when it comes to diet, too much water is bad. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like balance, and maybe not just show good, because it can cause jealousy. Everything can balance was just my point, but I just don't think it's evil what they're doing.
True, of course. I don't believe they intend evil, and that's the point, brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I remembered my point. Yeah.
So brothers and sisters.
Quickly, this Instagram is beneficial.
Who's Instagram?
Ours.
Social media couples.
Yeah.
Who's ours?
So just as because you said resolve, conflict resolution and things like that. Me and a few of the sisters, Ira and Fahima, we have Muslim mothers support forum for women who are going through divorce, so that we can mediate and allow a healthy co-parenting situation. So follow that.
Are you guys doing that with the brothers?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Makes sense with the pizza.
Follow that on social media.
Okay. May Allah bless you guys. Inshallah. We'll put it there, inshallah.
One of the things I wanted to say was escapism,
Yeah.
A lot of people go to social media for escapism, and social media is actually going to get worse with AI, artificial intelligence, and putting VR goggles and stuff like that. So the thing is, we need to look at the root causes, like why
Guys,
are
please.
people escaping? Why do people want to escape? Because they're not happy with reality. And the thing is, it's that sort of stuff we need to be looking at. People are looking at social media couples because they're unhappy with their own relationship. They're looking at idealistic women because they're unhappy with their own wife. They're looking at certain people exploring the world because they're unhappy with their life. So that is something that really should be explored, not as simple as, oh, don't watch this, don't watch that. I mean, let's take a stock at why you feel the need to watch that, or why do you feel the need to post your picture. Maybe that person, generally speaking, it was actually an interview where a celebrity was saying, when I see a selfie of somebody, I genuinely think that person just wants love for that day, and maybe they're not getting it, and they need that kind of validation from strangers and other people. So rather than us saying like social media, there are deep-rooted issues, and it is in the psyche of people. Like, although it's social media, we become very unsocial. We become very awkward with each other. We become very sensitive. All of these labels, ADHD, autism, there are persons going around with like 17 labels. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. I can't have dairy. I can't do this. Like, well, what can you do?
Exactly.
So the thing is, there's a lot of things to kind of consider when it comes to this as well. And if somebody is doing that kind of, I think it's important to train yourself and train your children to kind of, rather than plucking at the leaves and the branches, look at the roots of the issue. As long as we try to look for the roots, like, why is that person putting up a picture? Why, like Harry Potter, we're watching Harry Potter, let's see the behind the scenes. Look how much green screen they're using. Look at the time it takes them to do makeup. Look at Hermione without makeup and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Now I'm saying, Ali.
You've got a big problem with makeup.
Without makeup.
I don't know who Hermione is.
Hermione Granger.
I don't know who that is.
Oh no!
I don't know who that is. So guys, in a nutshell, one thing that I'll give, inshallah, is an advice to everybody is understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created two realities, yeah? There's the physical reality and there's the metaphysical reality, yeah? The metaphysical reality is something you do not see. There is jinns, there are shayateen, there are evil eye. We do not understand how severe that is. If I told you guys there is somebody after you to kill you, you call the police, you make sure somebody is next to you, bulletproof vest, armored cars. We're saying there are shayateen on your case. Wallahi, we do not understand. Do you give that emphasis to protection? How many people doing the adhkar? Bro, how many? If you're a public figure, you're not doing the adhkar, wallahi, it's as if get a gun and shoot yourself. Not literally, but you might as well. The point is, you are in danger. And what we're telling social media couples, you are sabotaging your marriage. Do you know millions of people looking at your marriage? Wallahi, it's by Allah's mercy that is in touch you. And we know in Surah Yusuf, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks and says to his father, to his own brothers, don't mention your dream to your own brothers, biological brothers. And we've got people, forget your brothers, people who hate your guts. Bro, they want you to die. Who are watching you and you're showing them, look what I'm doing. Wallahi, it's by Allah's mercy that your marriage, and may Allah protect you, is intact. Wallahi, it's as if Allah's got a shield. If that was to take him for a second, these eyes will destroy and crumble it in minutes. Brothers and sisters from the Bitter Truth Show, till next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The Prophet ﷺ said, whoever builds a masjid for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will build for him a similar house in Jannah. On that day where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that our books will be given and every little atom weight of good deed you've done will be there. And imagine you see a mountain and you're like, what a lucky person, which righteous person? And Allah says, this is for you. For me? Yes. What did I do? You allowed people to pray. You built a masjid. I never had the money to build a masjid, oh Allah. You helped, you gave towards it, and Allah gives you the reward of as if you've built it. Donate now, guys, and do not delay. And share the video for extra rewards.